Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I trust you're all good today. So today's tutorial, I'm going to be jumping on this trending backless gown. So I'm going to be making use of this African print fabric and of course my working tools. So let's go ahead now and start drafting. So for my fabric, I'm going to be cutting out from the front piece first. So all I needed was just to measure my desired length. You can have this as a short gown, as a long gown. So mine is going to be a full length gown. So you can see I have my desired full length measurements here. And of course, don't forget to add the extra hemming allowance for hemming at the lower part and also joining at the shoulder. So after that, I just cut off the excesses that I don't need. So we're cutting out what for the front piece first, and you can see it's folded already into two. Now I went ahead to indicate 3 inches first, then I went to the edge there and came down by 1.5 inch. So I'll connect it to have my slope. And that's it. Now the next thing I did was to indicate a sleeve opening. So I indicated a sleeve opening of about 11 inches. I marked that down, and of course I extended that line straight down to the unfold part there. And this is what we have. Now the next thing I did now was to indicate the actual neck width I'll be working with, which is 4. So I'll be using a neck width of 4 and of course a neck depth of 3.5. Neck width of 4, neck depth of 3.5. And don't forget, this one is for the front, so I just made a round curve. Now the next thing I did was to fix the body measurement. So I used the biggest body measurement for here, which is the hip. So I just divided my hip circumference by 4 and I added extra 5 inches to that. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and extend that measurement all the way to the hemline of my gown, just like you see me doing. So after marking that down, I initially created an armhole there, okay, but of course when I took note of my sleeve length later on, I made that adjustment. So the next thing I did was just to indicate the point of adding my pockets, which is the shoulder to the waistline, so that I'll be notching that later on. Now I went ahead to indicate my sleeve length now. So after measuring the shoulder, we divide by 2. Then from that point you can now indicate the entire length that you want. So I wanted my length to be about 8 or 9 inches, so I used 9 inches for my sleeve length, which you can see is actually the same thing with the width of our entire piece. Okay, so later on I will notch where my sleeve opening will be, and that's it, guys. So going ahead to cut this out. At this point, I would like to say, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do well to hit the like button, share, and also subscribe. I'll really appreciate this a lot. Don't forget to share with your sewing communities, and of course drop your comments in the comment section. Yes, going ahead to cut out the neckline and of course the slope. Remember, I'll be notching the sleeve opening, okay, so that we can identify where the sleeve opening will be. And so this is what we have. You can see this. So I'll go ahead and cut for the back piece now. So I have my back piece also folded into 2 like so. So the first thing I did was to mark out 5 inches on the full part. Now this 5 inches is what is going to give me an extension, so that I can have an elastic, okay, at the depth of my neckline. So 5 or 6 inches actually. I actually marked 6, but I later adjusted it to 5 inches. So after that, I placed my front piece on it, you can see, and all I did was just to cut off the sides drafting. Okay, just follow the shape of the front piece and went ahead to cut it all out, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. So once that is done, cut off the shoulders and of course indicated the neck width. Remember, I said we should notch the sleeve opening, and that's what I'm doing there now. And here we have it. Now for this back piece now, I'll go ahead and indicate the neck depth. Remember, we're using a neck width of 4. So I want my neck depth to be 10.5. Now this is where you can make yours deeper. It can be as deep as 14, 15, or even more, okay, but I want mine to be 10.5 inches. I want to be able to wear a bra and I will not see the bra tip, okay, but that will not stop me from still showing you how to put a breast cover, okay, in case you want your own depth, your neck depth to be deeper. I hope you understand. Okay, if your neck depth is going to be deeper, then you will appreciate this bread cover so that it can just hold your bust so that you'll not be able to really see the tip of your bra. I hope you understand. So neck width of 10.5 for me, so I just extended it all the way to that back, that 5 inches space I drew. Okay, yes. So this back space, this can actually be more than 5. It can be as much as 10 or even more. All right, so yeah, so that's what I do. So all I did was just to make that extension there. Then I'll go ahead and make a curve. Now you can see that I made my neck depth of 11 on that straight line and extended. So if I had much fabric, there will probably be no need for that. I could have just followed only the extension I have and connect it to my neck width. I just hope you understand what I mean. So just going ahead to cut this out, you can see, and this is what we have. So I'll go ahead now and open this up. We're already done here. So this is what our back piece looks like. You can see what we have. So that lower part is where the elastic will be. Now I'm going to use this piece now to cut out for my pocket, because it's going to be having a pocket. So a pocket width of 8 inches is okay, and the pocket depth can be 9 inches. Okay, so just place my hand, spread the hand there, and go ahead and make a curve just like so, and that's it for the pocket. So I'll go ahead now and be placing this on the where we notch 17 inches from the shoulder line. I notched it. That's where we'll be attaching the pocket. Just go ahead and sew it on both sides of the front and the back piece. So I'll go finish that up. So once I was done, you can see I've already attached my pocket on both pieces, and now this is the front. I went ahead to use a bias tape for the front neckline. You can see what it is. While for the back neckline, I'll be using both a bias and the fabric strap. Okay, so this strap is about 2 inches here. I'll be using it to create a casing, okay, on the lower part. That's where the elastic is going to be. Why I'll be using a regular bias for the size, and also have those tiny strap which is going to be for the tie on the upper back. So I'll be using a bias to sew on those sides, just like you see me demonstrating, while I will use the strap on the lower part to create my elastic casing. I hope you understand. All right, so that's just what I'm going to do. But before fixing the my bias, I will have to place my strap there. So I'm coming down 3.5 inches from my shoulder. I'll just go ahead and sew it down, just tack it down there, or you pin it down before sewing your bias there. I hope you understand. So that's just it. So I'll go ahead now and finish this up, then I'll come back to show you the next step. So here you can see I've already done that, fixed my bias, you can see, and of course that lower part I've also created that casing. So you can see there's an opening there already where my elastic is going to pass through. You can see. All right, so I'll go ahead and just measure what I have there. Whatever it is you measure, just split it into 2, and that will be the size of the elastic you should cut out. So all I'll do next is to go ahead and pass my elastic through that opening that we have there. Now once you pass your elastic, the next thing of course to do is to go ahead and secure both edges, okay, so that you have the elastic in place. And that's practically what is done. You can already see how this is looking already. So this is how the back is now, and of course the tie is also there. So this is it, guys. It's as easy as that. Okay, yes, so just go ahead and strap it when you're done and you have the back piece ready. Now the next thing I'll show you now is to create the bust cover. So this is the piece of fabric I'm using. So just work with your bust circumference divided by 2. Bust circumference divided by 2. Then you can add extra 10 inches to it. Okay, yes, or even lesser. So you can see I folded into 2. So after dividing my bust into 2, I had to fold it into 2 now, like so, and of course mark up my measurements. So on the upper part, I'm coming down by 2 inches for the casing. After that, I marked 8.5 inches, which is going to sit at the upper bust to the under bust. Then of course on the lower part, I also marked 2 inches for my casing. Now I'm marking 2 inches for casing because I'll be using 1 inch elastic. So if you are using the 0.5 inches elastic, then you can mark 1.5 or even 1 inch. Okay, yeah, so this is what we have here. So I'll go ahead now and just cut off the excesses. 2 inches casing on the upper part, 2 inches casing on the lower part, then 8.5 inches inlet in between. You can see I'm indicating it upper bust and lower bust. Now on that lower bust, I'll just move in by what 1.5 inches and slant it what towards the under bust, and that's what we have. Remember I said the width of fabric we are using what is your bust circumference divided by what 2, okay, because it's just staying at the front piece. Then of course add extra maybe 10 inches or even 7 to 8 inches is fine, okay. And this is what we have, you can see. So the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and create those casing there. Just create the casing on the upper part and also what on the lower parts. So once I'm done creating my casing, then I'll be back. And this is what we have. Don't forget to sew the sides first before the casing. And of course, you can see that opening already is there. So I'll go ahead now and start passing with my elastic. So this is the strap I made. So I'll be attaching it to the edge of the, the under bust to be able to enable the tie around the waist. Now this one is elastic. I'll go ahead and cut out. So what I need now is just place your tape, whatever you have here, take away 5 inches from it, and of course go ahead and use it to cut out your elastic. It's okay. So when you cut this out, there's always room for adjustment. You might end up still taking off a little bit more, so you just place it around your bust and see if it is well fitted. Okay, so just minus 5 inches from what you have there and use it to cut out the elastic, or you can also divide it into 2 equal parts. Okay, yes. So going ahead to pass my elastic through like so. So once I'm done passing my elastic, I'll go ahead now and use my pin to hold it down, just like you see me doing. You can see after passing my elastic, you can see all you need to do is just to tack it what at the edges, okay, to secure the elastic. Then after that, those 2 straps, I'll be attaching it as well on the under bust part there, just there. So this will enable us tie it around the waist when you place the breast cover. So here you can see I've done securing the elastic for my back piece. I've done that already. You can see what we have. So our back piece is fully ready. While the breast cover, you can see I'm done, sewing my elastic there and also attaching the strap properly. You can see how this looks. So this is how it's going to be sitting. Now it's time to place it on the front piece. So on my front piece there, you can see I'll go ahead now and indicate the center line, which is already visible. Then I'll come down 6 inches from the shoulder, 6 or 6.5 inches from the shoulder, make a straight line. So this is going to be what the upper bust, that's where the cover will be sitting on. Okay, 6 inches from the shoulder, that's what I marked. Then from that point of the center, I moved away 7 inches apart. 7 inches apart. Yours might be lesser or it can even be more depending on how busty you are. Okay, all right, so go ahead now and place the breast cover there. You can see, just indicate the center and let it sit on that center point, and of course pin it down to where we already marked. That's 7 inches apart that we have already indicated. You can already see. Yes, so once I pin it down, all I need to do is just to tack it, just a very tiny tack. Okay, and that will be it. Okay, yes, that's just what we're going to do. All right, so once that is done, the next thing of course now will be to go ahead and place the fabric together, right side to right side, front and back. Then you go ahead and join the shoulders. So once I'm done joining the shoulders now, then we'll come back to fix the turn up on the sleeve. And of course I've already fixed it. You can already see how this is looking. I've also gone ahead to join the shoulders, you can see. So the next thing now is to fix my turn up on the sleeve. So now I have my piece of fabric. This is about 5 inches in width. So I'll just go ahead and fold it into 2 like so. Then I'll be sewing it on the wrong side. So just sew it straight on the wrong sides. Then after that, you pin it, you flip it through to the right side. So I'm using my pin to demonstrate this. You can see after sewing it on the wrong side, just turn it over to the right side, and our turn up is ready. Then you make a straight tack on that shoulder line, okay, and that will be it. Give this a good press and you're good to go. So I'll go finish this up. So once that is done, the final thing to do now will be to bring all the piece together. Just go ahead and place it and start sewing the sides. Take it from the sleeve, run it through the pocket all the way straight down to the end of the dress, and repeat the same process on the other side. Then finally you hem the lower part of the dress and this outfit is ready. Thank you guys. I hope you find this helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends and sewing communities, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Bye. And don't forget that aside making female wears, I make and sell fashion accessories, which I sell in wholesale and retail. So what you see here, these are tote bags. These are DTF printed tote bags. You can want it in printed form like this, different designs. You can also have it in plain form if that's what you want. Okay, there are other fashion accessories like the hair bonnet, cooking cap, sleeping robe. There's the maxi tote bag. There's the Ankara tote bag, fully padded, fully lined with inner pocket and zipper. You know, there's the sleep robe. There's so many accessories. Just reach out to Partner So Fashion. We will be there to attend to you. Okay, yeah, just call out on the number you see on the screens. We'll reach out. You will be able to get to us. Yes, these are perfect gifting items for your souvenirs, and you know, a lot of beautiful things you can use this for. Yes, and for the DTF printing, I already have an online class that is ongoing. This is a very lucrative business as well. It's a method of branding and customization. You can go ahead and also share this to a lot of people that will find this helpful. You will see the flyer at the end of this video. Thank you guys. See you on the next one. Bye.